Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is
first
what's
time
up.
down here at the old post office sending some mail.
You are listening to the Bombhole.
Bombhole Podcast.
It's going to be very hot. It's going to be very uncomfortable for everybody.
The Bombhole.
That bitch is crazy.
Okay, here we go again. Another bomb hole. How we doing, Stony Buds?
Dude, today I'm feeling A+, ready, excited. This is going to be some good shit.
Wow, I'm loving it. Loving the excitement. I'm excited as well, Buds, because we have a incredible guest today. We got Mr. Sam Taxwood. How we doing, Sam?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to be chatting on here today with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Much appreciated. Do you care? Should we call you Concrete Sneaks or should we call you Stacks? What's the preferred?
Dealer's choice.
Oh, we're going dealer's choice on him.
Whatever
You hear that, Buds?
whatever
Dude, some
you would
people call you
prefer.
Concrete Sneaks.
Yeah, I think he's called me that before, and Scott Stevens has been like, "What up, Concrete?"
I like to refer to him as Sneaks.
Sneaks.
But yeah, whatever.
Okay, Sneaks, let's just dive right into it. You're a Utah loc, right?
Born and raised Cottonwood Heights, Utah. My parents are still living there, and I'm not too far away in Mill Creek.
Shouts to your parents. They are some
shouts.
great people. Straight up.
Cottonwood Heights is a hell of a community, man. The people, I live there as well. Your parents, so many people's Osler's parents. People
For
who
real.
come to this show.
Yeah, no, it's kind of insane.
City between the mountains.
Seth is chilling right
Hewitt.
there.
Hewitt's the neighbor.
Bjorn. The list kind of goes on, but yeah, lots of good Utah, amazing folks.
Yeah. If you
Chilling
like
in
to
Cottonwood
shred, why
Heights.
wouldn't you live there?
We've kind of seen a pattern in snowboarding. I always see a lot of these guys that are like incredible, kind of are basically raised by the mountain. They're like mountain babies. Instead of going to daycare, the parents just drop them off and then they just snowboard all day. Aren't you a Snowbird mountain baby, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say that's kind of my whole foreground for starting to snowboard. Both my parents work at Snowbird, and they have for years. And so when I was a kid, I would just go up to work with my parents pretty much, and it started with the ski team. And then
How old at first?
I think I started skiing when I was 2.
Nice.
And, and then skied until I was like 6, 7, and then I picked up a snowboard and was kind of doing I was skiing and snowboarding at the same time, but then I eventually was like more focused on snowboarding and figured I was just going to do that. And yeah, here I am now, still snowboarding.
Any pressure from your parents when you switched from to snowboarding? Were they a little bummed or they cool?
I don't remember exactly, but I know my dad definitely like had some shit to talk probably and was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're going to like the dark side," or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. Yeah, like, that's
Classic dad statement.
yeah. Knuckle dragger was a huge
Oh, yeah.
term, you know.
Yeah. When I made the
That whole
switch, I
deal.
used to just throw my poles off the lift until my dad let me switch.
Yeah.
When he made the switch, I think it was
Ah,
it 19
come on
was it
now.
1906 or
I
1903?
literally, though, threw enough ski poles off the lift. They were like, fuck it, let's just get him a snowboard. Now, did
They're
I
like,
hear,
yeah, we're sick of this.
did I hear you had your 6th birthday on the tram?
My 4th.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah. It was my neighbor, like good family friend. His name's Andy. He made this Jeff Gordon, like 20. Is his number 24?
I believe so.
The NASCAR racer?
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He made like a cake that was Jeff Gordon's NASCAR. Like insane, like immaculate cake.
Respect.
And yeah, we all got in the tram, and then my dad like parked it wherever, and we just all like chilled and
Just
ate
stop the
some
tram.
cake. Yeah, literally. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Very cool 4th birthday for sure.
Dude, I don't think I even have memories from when I was 4, so that's, that's insane. That's dope.
Yeah, it was either 4 or 5. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
it was really cool. Maybe I'm off on the year.
The
but
people on the other tram, because there's 2 trams, they must have been
Yeah.
like, what is going on here?
6 could be accurate, though, I guess.
6. I mean,
But nonetheless,
that's-
I have vivid memories of like being like, "Whoa, cool!"
And they all
like,
sung happy birthday on the tram.
yeah, exactly, like full on like little kid celebration.
So sick.
Bunch of little turds running around. But,
That's special.
Yeah, and then all the parents too. They were stoked. So
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And that just shows how you grew up on the freaking mountain.
yeah, we actually spread my grandpa's ashes over Great Scott, which is like a run like off the top of the tram, basically. But yeah, we did the same thing. Like my whole family went up. It was just us in the tram, and we parked it over this certain spot, and then just dumped my grandpa's ashes, or a big portion of them, and then there's another portion that was spread in Sun Valley, but pretty cool.
Dude, that's really cool.
I don't know if anybody else in the world can claim Snowbird as hard as the Taxwood family, pretty much at that point.
There's
my grandpa's ashes
just the
are up there.
Deadlong family, maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely some OG like royalty.
For the listeners that don't know, too, Snowbird is just like a giant, steep, insane mountain. You know, for people from the East Coast or Midwest, grew up riding tiny hills, you think that shaped kind of the way you snowboard now, just mobbing that giant-ass mountain?
For sure, dude. It's insane. You go there, and on a good day, it's, like, incredible, you know? But after the good day, like, 4 days later, it's, like, beat up. And the conditions are pretty variable, you know? But, yeah, there's all sorts of, like, natural jumps and, like, just weird side hits. When you can learn to, like, turn and navigate, like, chunky, sketchy terrain and be able to, like, jump off of a natural lip or like a cat track into like a, you know, variable landing, or I don't know, just there's just optimal options up there that are like natural features, I guess. So
it's one of the more aggressive mountains in the States, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You learn there. I mean, you pretty much set up to shred anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And then learning off of like a park jump versus a sketchy cat track into like chopped up powder, you're gonna it's gonna make you a better snowboarder for sure.
And then I don't know if you think about like Blake Paul, he grew up riding the Village at Jackson, which is like unreal.
Yeah,
huge mountain. The kid can ride natural terrain like no other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, I want to go back to my first memory of meeting you when you were a little baby. I remember I rode for Celtec, and you know the Mule and Bjorn Linus owned Celtec, and I remember they would bring you around the office. And would you say they were kind of like mentors to you as a kid? Or
I think without those guys, I definitely would have been, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys. Eric like drove us around and filmed us at spots and like helped us set up spots. And yeah, I don't know, it was just super wild that he gave me and Griff and my homie Evan that opportunity at such a young age, babysitting us literally.
Yeah, what age were you when that was going down?
Dude, my memory
ballpark.
Yeah, my memory is
somewhere
so
between 6 and 18.
I think I was like, it was probably from like 13 to like 16 or 15.
Copy.
Kind of right around the time when like I was just like starting to be a shithead, and my mom was like knew the Linus family and kind of reached out to Eric on her own to be like, hey, like, could you give my kid some direction? Like, he's
she
snowboarding.
Did that.
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
No fucking way.
And she really, because she knows Eric's mom super well. And so she relayed the message to, I think, his mom. And then that just like trickled down. And then eventually I just get a phone call from him. And he was like, hey,
I mean, they're bird babies too. So it makes
yeah,
sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they're such nice people, man. Like, I remember going up and like hot tubbing at his parents' house up the canyon and like having nice dinners and like, I don't know, the whole nine. It was insane. And
dude,
yeah, they definitely like put a good groundwork down for us to like become snowboarders if that's what we really wanted to do.
Straight up, when I hear that, it's such a trip, because it's like you might have been on this shithead trajectory for a minute, and then they fucking might. Do you think they shifted that potentially, or?
I think so. Like, Eric was just like, yo, man, like, have your fun, but like, don't be an idiot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you can't go like whatever and like have a good time with your friends, but you got to get like your schoolwork shit figured out. You got to take care of that, like, no matter what. And you got to like treat your mom with respect. And like, if you want to be a snowboarder, like you kind of just have to like really push for this. And like, he's like, yeah, it's fun, but you also kind of got to like figure your shit out a little bit before you go off. Like, just fucking around with your friends, like being an idiot basically at a young age when
Like
you kind
all of us are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that, like, for a lot of people, you could just like spiral in the wrong direction for sure.
Real quick.
Yeah.
100%, which most kids do. You could end up just being who knows what road you could have gone down. But
Yeah.
from my perspective, you know, this is a testament to where my head was at that time. I was probably like 20, 19, or maybe 21-ish, but you were coming around, and I was like, who's this why are they bringing this little fucking kid around? Like, what the fuck are these guys doing with this little kid? And it's so funny, I didn't even register. Now I'm like, dude, this is the sickest shit ever. Like, you're sitting in this chair, you fucking killed it, obviously. Like,
Thank you.
and I don't know, it's like, wow, like if you're thinking about talking to a kid that needs some direction. That's fucking rad, I think, too.
Yeah, no,
You're
hats
proud.
off.
Hats
Hats
off,
off to the Linus family.
Well, then going back to school, though, school wasn't really your forte from what I remember.
Nada. Yeah, dude, it was kind of I don't know. I just got so into snowboarding that it really ruled my thoughts. But I ended up graduating late, like 6 months late. But that was due to the fact that my senior year, my school, like my vice principal, called my mom and me in for a meeting, and they were like, "Hey, your grades are fine, but you have one more trimester, and if you miss a single day this trimester, like, you're out. Like, you can't miss a single day."
Were you missing days because of powder days or what?
Yes, the whole nine. Like, going on like short trips or long trips for like snowboarder mag shoots or whatever it was. So they were like, you're either coming every day or you're done. Like, you have to drop out.
Ultimatum.
Or like go find a different school, basically. And my mom gave me the decision to make at that age, and I was tripping that she even let me.
She let you make the call.
Yeah, because I was like already like kind of getting hooked up from people, and was able to go like film and like do random. Like that's my first year filming for Keep the Change was my senior year.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but who were you riding for at this when you were in high school?
I got on Nitro when I started getting boards from them around 12. But yeah, so Nitro, L1. I think I was maybe riding for Arnett at the time. And then, yeah, that was kind of my roster pretty much. And Celtec. The second my mom gave me the option to make the decision, I was like, yeah, I'm dropping out like later. And then went on a trip to Minnesota to film for Keep the Change like 2 days later, or like recently after that. And then snowboarded all year. And then, yeah, I got home and it was summertime. And then I went straight to Hood. Still hadn't even started school yet. Was just like slacking off, dude.
Yeah.
Was definitely slacking, but I made it happen like the following fall.
GED or full
Full deal.
Dude,
Yeah.
shout out to the parents, like your parents, that let you drop out for snowboarding and like believe in you. Because that is a lot of parents, they're just like, oh, you want to do what? No, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know what I want to go to school for, but look at like you got to get goddamn name on a board and a boot.
I was thinking it's because they're so close to they work at the resort, they get it more than so many other parents.
That's a good point.
That they see it, see other athletes. And
Definitely. But my mom was so weary. Like, she's still weary of the situation.
Really?
Dude, I don't know. It's just like I'm always hurt, and then she gets to deal with like me when I'm fucking hurt and sitting on the couch and like bummed. And she's like, is this what you really want? I'm like, yeah, of course. But like, you gotta, yeah, she's seen it all, but she definitely just hates like the injuries that come with it.
and it's part of it.
Yeah. It's just an interesting industry. And I don't think my parents really understand the whole industry side of it, but either way, like they let me risk it all. That's for sure.
Dude,
I was like, okay, if you guys are cool with this, then I'm 100% cool with it.
I mean, shit, what else would you be doing right now? That's the question. I have no idea what I would have done if
I know, man. I honestly think about that a lot, and I really have no idea.
Probably be up to no good.
I probably would have ended up trying to go to school and then blowing it and dropping out of college.
Yeah, school's not for everyone, so it's a tough.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. It's a business. It's
I also look at some people in there. It's like, are you ready to get bodied? Are you ready to fucking sit on the couch with a blown knee and destroy your body for the next 5 years, or fucking break yourself off so hard? Are you ready for that to kind of get what it takes? Like, there's a lot that comes with doing it, and like you've been very resilient in bouncing back from injuries. And I know we're jumping around, but I see you hopping on that road bike, getting after it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to realize, like, once you get hurt, your whole perspective on things change. And I'm sitting there like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna let this get the best of me. And I think there's a lot of people out there like that, but I could also see, it'd be very easy to let it consume you, and you're just like, I don't know how to, like, come back from this. How am I ever gonna come back from this? But no matter what, if you care about something enough, you'll you'll force yourself to get back in there, you know.
Are we talking 3 knee surgeries total?
3 knee surgeries.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's a stack.
The old suspensions got blown out a couple times.
Yeah.
At Super Park, I blew my left meniscus and just landing flat on one of the hips.
Oh, damn.
Yep. And then came back from that, and then the following year I was filming for Forward, and I broke my right tibial plateau and was out for like 6 or 8 weeks, and then healed, was getting better, started snowboarding again, and then started to go on some trips. And then I went out for like a shoot in Austria for like nitro. It was like I think it was like some Red Bull thing, but they had me go out there and like ride on this hip, and it was really, really sick. My first time in Europe.
That's when you went huge on that hip, right?
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Back 3 stale fish.
I can picture that photo in my mind.
First time ever like riding with Arthur. That was really cool, and got like super close with like Dominic Wagner and Mark Swoboda and all those dudes out there in Austria. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then I went up to Sweden after that for a nitro shoot with like the whole nitro team. And yeah, I like came up short on this big jump and blew my ACL and my meniscus in my right leg.
Oof. Jesus.
And then 6 months later, or like maybe more like 8 to 10 months later after that, following the next season starts, filming again, and can't remember what we were filming for, but either way, that was the year that we did Mediocre Madness, the drink water trip up in
Sick.
Oregon, which was
that
like
was such a sick edit.
unreal experience. So much fun. One of the last days we hit this, set this like hip up. It's called the Wall of Voodoo on like the backside of Mount Bachelor. And I fell just rolling through the landing, and like the tip of my board stuck in the snow. And so my whole body twisted. And then I redid my ACL, but I didn't fully tear it. I like stretched it super far. And so I was going into the surgery thinking it was like fully blown again. And come out, wake up, and he's like, hey man, like
Better than we thought.
way better than we thought. Like we just had to basically cauterize your ACL tight again. Just to like give me another opportunity, you know, because like once you start to run out of your body parts for them to like
Yeah.
restring your
You got to go cadaver.
your
Or
ligament.
pig
Yeah,
or
exactly. Which
whatever.
is like really tough. Sometimes your body doesn't accept the
rejects it.
out of body ligaments. So yeah, he did that.
When are they going to come up with some bionic shit, man?
Yeah,
New shit.
I'll probably need some.
They got
Somebody's
working on it.
Somebody's working on it.
I'm sure, dude.
Some sort of freaking amazing ACL.
Yeah, and then
Next level.
yeah,
Like Fox Moto suspension in my knee, so I
Exactly,
just
dude.
fucking handle this landings.
Pay
dude,
for the
that'd be
upgrade.
sick.
It's coming. It will come.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was like my last serious knee injury, and then a few years later, I did my MCL in my right knee, but I didn't have to get surgery for that one.
Good Lord,
So
dude.
3 surgeries, 4 total, and then like lots of other.
How do you come
concussions.
back
Well, that-
from that?
Yeah, you
Mentally.
can answer, but I gotta want to chime in on this too.
It's
Well,
all
no, I
you,
mean,
dude.
no. When I hear that, that makes sense because I see you going up to Brighton, which is what is it, 20 some odd miles, is straight up, like
Oh, you mean biking?
yeah, road
Yeah.
biking, yeah.
Well,
That's how you come back from
Yeah,
that.
and it's like that must be the biggest suffer fest ever. Like I couldn't imagine riding my bike to the top of that. And he's like, "Oh, I'm riding my bike up to Brighton like on a casual Wednesday."
And he's on the phone on
And
the
I'm
way
like,
up.
"Oh, well, you got 4 knee surgeries. You got to do that to keep the suspension working, right?"
I just had spent like after, you know, the first injury or whatever, spending too much time just like in a gym, kind of being like, I don't think this place is really for me, honestly. Like, obviously I need it to some extent, but I also like want to get into something else that's going to benefit me that's not just coming to the gym,
Yeah.
because I don't know, it's just like hard for me to go motivate and sit inside and stand on a fucking stationary bike.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
But
then I was like, okay, I'm getting a road bike. Fuck it. And I kind of dropped in. Didn't really know what I was doing. Still don't, but I like to do it a lot now. It's turned into like therapy for me, for sure.
You got to know how to suffer for
Yeah.
that shit, right? Like,
Well, it's like physically taxing and mentally too. You're like, oh God, like, let's see if I can make it here. And then you get to like, you know, where you were trying to go at first. And then you're like, fuck, I can go further. And then you just like keep doing that to yourself. And then it turns into like this like little game. I don't know. It's fun.
And
just
if
listen
you
to
just
music
keep those
or-
strong knees strong enough, they're gonna be good. And because mentally, it's got to be hard too coming back from that.
Yeah,
many injuries.
I think mentally is like the hardest part of the whole injury thing because you're like, now I have to relearn everything, you know?
Yeah.
But you don't have to relearn everything, but the first month of riding is like so uncomfortable. And I remember freeing myself from the knee brace, dude. That was like some liberating shit. Because I remember Austin kind of told me, he's like, dude, you don't want to be married to a knee brace if you don't have to be, you know? Because if you do, that's going to be for life.
Circling back around to the biking and the coming back, like it's like, how do you come back from those injuries mentally? And I feel like the gym and the biking and all that preparation work to get your body feeling right is almost more mental than physical sometimes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like just getting yourself to go do it.
Yeah.
Like getting to the gym is probably the hardest part.
Yeah.
And then you're there and you're like, okay, like do my thing for at least 35, like 40 minutes, you know? But it's sick on the bike because like it doesn't feel like I'm just like going to the gym or something. Like I'm like, oh, cool. I got to go look at people watch all day. And like, I'm outside
Yeah.
breathing the fucking fresh air. Like, I don't know. And then especially if you go up a canyon, it's nice because it's like cooler temperatures and I don't know.
That's you just feel accomplished when you get to
Yeah,
the top.
it's nice to just kind of push yourself to like, you're like, oh, I've driven up this road my whole life. Like, I don't even know how many times. Maybe I could bike up there. And dude, honestly, most people probably could. You just have to be like willing to. It's gonna suck at some point.
Yeah. I think that in my personal experience coming back from injuries, there's like working out and then there's like the coming back working out. Like the comeback workout, like the comeback bike rides when you're like coming back from injury, there's like a whole different fuel that kind of gets you to a different level.
Dude, well, you kind of just are like pissed off at the world the whole time. To be completely honest, that's how I have been. I know all my friends probably hate being around me while I'm recovering, but it is what it is, and I think we've all sort of been there in our own ways.
Straight up.
Yeah, you can be pissed off.
Yeah.
It helps, dude, if you can like, you know, I'm like feeling like crazy anxiety or something. I just go get on my bike and literally blow off steam.
And then you feel
like,
better after.
Yeah,
That's sick.
You use that shit on your snowboard too?
probably.
Spite board?
Yeah, the spite
Spite
board's
boarding.
the spite board is real sometimes.
Straight up, dude. Spite boarding gets you the A grades at times for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, you're like, all right,
I'll tell you.
whatever, dude.
Bodie got
I'll hit it.
that fast plant cab 270 strictly out of spite.
Oh, yeah.
Because of you.
Yeah, Bodie, I heard a trick he was going to go do this year, and I was like, fuck, he's not going to be able to do that. And I told
He made a
Beresford
bet
that.
against him.
Yeah, I told Beresford, I'm like, I'll bet you fucking $20 you can't do that shit. And then Beresford told Bodie.
Told
and
him.
Obviously, it's a good move if you're betting on him.
I've never seen Bodie more focused in my life to get this trick. And he
Dude,
got it.
100% fueled by spite.
Yeah.
He actually
should
called.
thank you.
He called and thanked me
Yeah, he should
afterwards.
thank
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of hooked him up, I guess.
Yeah. The whole session, he's just like,
Yeah. I mean,
$20, and then he got it in like 4 tries.
yeah, of course. That's really sick. Respect.
Spike boarding.
Nothing like being like strapped in on top of a jump and just being like, fuck you. Like whoever.
Whoever. I bet there's a lot of people with ex-girlfriends. Fucking that.
I don't care if I fucking land on my head.
Dude, I'm literally gonna do this right now. I don't fucking care.
Oh, so sick. All right. Well, you know what I want to do, Buds? I want to maybe do a little pivot. What do you think?
Let's pivot, dog.
One thing that I found very interesting that you used to do is when you used to go build those lift towers in the summer in between seasons.
Yeah. My dad hooked me up with this group of guys that build chairlifts. Like, just they do the construction side of putting together a chairlift during the summer months. And yeah, it's a lot like digging, I guess. It's some manual labor for like kind of a longer amount of time than you'd be at Hood, but you actually get paid.
That's good. That's
So
a good thing.
that was kind of like the only reason why I went and did it. But I made a lot of good friends, learned a lot, scared the shit out of myself in situations that I was just like were very new to me. And yeah, it was cool. I really can't believe I went and did it.
Can you kind of explain the process of like how they would helicopter in the lift towers and all that shit?
Yeah.
How sketchy it was?
Dude, well, it's just like try and picture a construction site around town. It's probably pretty dangerous, you know? So just put that on the side of a mountain where there's like no access to get a lot of, you know, like a concrete truck probably can't make it to pour this foundation for this tower. So we're going to fly the concrete. And, you know, all this, like there's some lift lines that you can, like baby chair, for instance, like, I don't know, the baby chair at Brighton.
Yeah.
They did that all by crane, probably all like cement truck. But
Yeah.
a lot of these like new lifts that are going in that are like very vast, like long lift lines, they're going up crazy steep pitches. And so everything is done by helicopter basically, or like this thing called a spider hoe. Have you seen those? It's like it's an excavator that has literally spider legs and it can kind of like crawl up a mountain.
That sounds fucking bad. I want to YouTube this shit.
It's pretty loose, it seems like. So like they only do that if they like really need to. But the fly days are like the most exciting part though. So like you're just like staring up at a helicopter all day, pretty scared. Climb up so like the tower base will come in, 4 dudes, 5 dudes maybe, put it on the big bolts, and then you just get the nuts hand tight. Like you don't get them very tight because like they're gonna have to like adjust everything like according to how it's supposed to be adjusted, and then 2 dudes run up the ladder, and you just like sling your harness over the top. Like there's a last rung of the ladder, and then like just like some vertical pieces, and you just like loop your harness over that, and then attach your safety like below your feet basically, which is this big clamp that you put on a ladder rung like right at your feet. So if you're gonna get like pinched by a piece that's coming in, you just fucking lift your top of your harness and then just like take a whipper pretty much.
Have you done that?
No, because like, dude, the dudes we were working with have been doing it forever, and it's like once you do it a couple times, it's pretty exciting. So you're just like kind of get all jacked up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, all right, here we go. We're going up there. But I remember the first time I caught a cross arm, which is the big piece like above the tower base.
Yeah, the top of the T.
Yeah, the T.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. I remember just fucking tripping, dude.
And they're flying this bitch in with the helicopter.
Yeah. And my dad's friend Matt McCarthy, he's a ski patroller at Snowbird, works on the crew that does the chairlift shit. And he was like, all right, Taxwood, you just got to listen to me. Like, and you fucking listen. Whatever I tell you to do, just do it. Like, no matter what. And I was just like, all right, cool. Like, first time, like, here we go, getting in the car with this cougar right now. Like, literally, Matt's like an intimidating dude, but he's the shit. And yeah, you just like grab this. There's these guide wires that come down, and you pull the guide wire through the slot where the bolt's supposed to go, so you can line up the other holes. So you like pull it through, and just, dude, you're just fucking yanking on this cable as hard as you can, because like sometimes it's windy, like there's rotor wash, whatever the hell.
Thing weighs 1,000,000 fucking pounds.
Yeah, it's just kind of scary, but you just make it happen. Like it's a fight or flight situation, you know. And like with those dudes around, you kind of like, as long as you're listening and like are willing to fucking put yourself out there a bit, you'll make it happen, you know? So I remember being like really tripped out the first time, but then after we had done multiple days, I was like pretty comfortable with it by the end.
Dude, that sounds insane.
And yeah, like lots of crane stuff and
Wasn't
like
there some crazy shit where there's some type of like electromagnetic shock or something?
Oh
like that?
yeah,
What
dude.
the
The rotor wash. So when it's like super dry out and it's dusty as hell on the side of the mountain, the rotor wash creates this static due to the dust that's blowing around. And you reach out to grab either like the concrete bucket or the piece of steel, whatever. And a lot of times you just get fucking zapped.
like
Electrocuted.
conducts somehow like
Yeah.
a shock. Yeah, crazy.
Can you like see the shock, or like is it bright enough?
Oh, dude, yeah, like literally jumps out to your hand.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
So when
it's
you
like
feel it, you feel it.
yeah. But I think like that's just inevitable. I think that's just what happens.
Someone's got to take the shock every time.
Yeah.
And you're the lowest
The first
guy on
person
the
that touches it's like, okay, here we go. And that's gonna zap.
Yeah.
That'll keep you going better than a Red Bull, probably. Just
No, but working with those guys
Looks
was,
like Marv from Home Alone.
working with those guys was really sick though. I created a lot of memories, and they helped me out a bunch, and that kind of pushed me in a direction to be able to buy my house. So
It's got to pay pretty well.
Let's talk about the Cheddar Bisque.
Talk about Cheddar Biscuits on this.
I think
For a summer job, short, it's only how many months?
I mean, it could be as long. Like I was only there for like a shorter stint than some of the dudes that were there. But yeah, like 6 months. I only did 4.
You did 4
Yeah,
months.
4-ish.
And you came home with a down payment for the crib?
Let's talk about the Bisque.
That was like combined with snowboarding and the job. And yeah, it was, I'm glad I did it 100%. But I think I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. Thought I needed a house immediately. And maybe it was probably a good call.
Smart
Like
move
I'm
to
glad
get in
I
the
did
market.
it, but I really had no idea what I was doing when I was buying the house. But I'm glad I did it now because it's a worthy investment, I'd say. But yeah, it's like intimidating to have that much more responsibility. I guess I kind of feel like a child most days, but
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Like, holy shit, I need to make this mortgage payment now.
Yeah.
Now this back lip is more important than it was, or whatever. Now the snowboarding, I gotta. But I think sometimes when you put yourself in a position where you gotta like pay the bills, it like forces you to elevate your game, or you're like your back's against the wall. You're like, I gotta do this shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a whole new perspective of adulthood.
Yeah.
And growing up.
Just life.
And I was like, yeah, it should be chill, and it's been chill. But like, there's just so many things that I never knew before that I'm learning one day at a time now. So
One of those things that you never learned, I always found pretty funny. Me and Chip and our friends like to discuss from time to time is that you, until recently, never had sent a letter in your life, correct?
dude, it wasn't that recent. All right? It was like a couple years ago.
That seems recent.
Aside from like,
When you're like 25 years old, still doesn't know how to send a letter. How old? 23?
dude, I was probably like 22 or 3 or something.
You're like 27. It was like 36. Who's counting?
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. This is
I mean, in the digital age, you don't send a lot of letters, but
so
it's something you learn.
working at Milo. I'd take shit down in the post office.
Yeah,
all
you
the
were
time.
a Milo shop.
But I would just be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. You just hand it to him because all our shit usually would be
Already
just like
filled out.
good to go. And that was my experience of the post office.
So take us through the scenario. You're like, I got to write a letter. Fuck.
Who were you sending a letter to? You were paying your first mortgage payment?
I
or what
was
going
sending
on?
something to Chip.
Yeah, because he called Chip because he asked him how to make a. I think
Chip, I'm at the post office. What do I do?
Pretty much. I was like, yo, I'm probably going to sound real stupid right now. This is the first time I've ever done this. And yeah, I just basically made myself look like a fool. Chip's really,
You know what, though?
Chip's good at letting me know when I.
That sounds right. But asking questions is good, so fuck it.
Yeah, and I'm the number one person to be like, hey guys, not gonna lie,
Yeah, this
first
is what's
time
up.
down here at the old post office sending some mail. Yeah,
man.
but now I know. Now I know how to do it.
Well, that's
slow,
exciting.
slow learner, some might say, and I would say I'm a visual learner.
Okay. Well, you should have YouTubed it in that sense or something.
Yeah, fuck, but
That would be an interesting one. How to send a letter on YouTube.
Guaranteed
There's got to be
somebody's doing
mad
it.
videos on it.
Guaranteed.
oh, this isn't good, you guys.
Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna do another little pivot. We're doing pivots. We
That's
almost.
Chris's new hot word.
That's
in
the new hot word.
set.
I like it.
Yeah, pivot. That means we're gonna change subjects.
Front side or back side?
For the hash dogs, we're gonna go front side on this
Oh,
one tonight.
respect.
Name that video part.
Oh.
That's what we're gonna do. We didn't forget it this time. I'm
Fan
gonna
favorite.
take us away with the intro music. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident today?
3.
Wow, not very confident.
Yeah, that's not very confident at all. 3.
Do you want to bet that he's gonna get this one?
I don't know, dude. I mean,
Let's bet $20.
$20.
Yeah.
For real.
You guys are really betting $20.
I'd like
on
to.
this.
I'm gonna bet that he doesn't
I
get
think
it.
he's gonna get it.
All right, then let's go. What do you
20.
think?
You
Oh,
dude.
all right, we're doing some gambling here. Woo! That's a first on the bomb hole. You ready? Here we go. Focus up.
Yeah, right. Fuck you guys.
They weren't sure, dude.
So what's your
Do
answer?
you got it?
You got to say it.
You got to
or
say
else
it,
I'm going to
you
win the
cost
money.
me money.
Yeah.
All right. That's my shit.
For the listeners, that is his own video part in Landline, if you didn't know.
That's dude. What the hell?
The kid just came
you know,
up 20. The
gonna
kid
be-
just came up 20.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was so unconfident in your knowledge of videos that I selected your own video part, and I was actually unsure if you were going to know it.
Harry didn't think you were going to get it either.
I just hit you with like, yo, I have no idea.
Okay.
That would be absolutely ludicrous.
Another-
I would be like, respect. This fool has never even watched his own part. Like, incredible.
You never know, though.
Yeah.
We might ask you in 10 years, and you might not remember. Who knows? Now you'll always remember.
I don't think I'll forget that one. I guess.
All right.
Should we talk some video part history? Oh, we have one more.
We
song
got
to
another
do.
one. We got
Jeez.
another one. Yeah. So
I feel like there should be two more automatically, but I guess we only got one more, huh?
we got one more, and this is for the fans.
That one was so easy, it let you down.
Well, you know what? You're a champ. You knew it. At least, it could be worse.
That's just not fair, but all right.
Easy 20 for the kid.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I hooked you up.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, so this one's for the fans. You guys know how it goes. If you know the video part, comment on the picture of Sam Taxwood on our Instagram. First comment wins a little. What do they get?
Prize pack.
They get a little prize pack. All right, coming at you. Focus up.
I've told you that I'm Lightning's girl, but you keep hanging around.
So good.
Good one.
Okay, I'd like to thank you guys for playing another round of Name That Video Part. It's just fun for the whole family,
It really is.
you know?
It's nice.
It's a good little thing.
What do you think we should get into, bud?
I mean, we haven't really talked his video part history. I mean, we don't need to go too crazy deep, but we should maybe discuss.
We go Keep the Change, Snowboarder.
Yep. That's
So keep
kind
the
of
change into forward.
Yeah, 2 years filming with Keep the Change. That was really, really sick.
What were the movies?
Holy Smokes and Roll
yeah.
Call.
Yep,
Yeah.
dope.
Yep.
Great videos.
A lot of time
Great
spent in
videos.
Midwest on those, or
The first year, I filmed a couple, so for Holy Smokes, I filmed a couple things here in Salt Lake, and then everything else was in Minnesota.
dope.
Yep. And then for Roll Call, Minnesota again, and mainly the East Coast.
Nice.
Actually, Cab 270 is a kink in the Commonwealth, also known as Massachusetts.
In the Commonwealth. Nice.
Yeah, yo, I will say this right now. I haven't Cab 270 to kink rail since then.
That's the funny thing about you guys. Sometimes you'll do a trick, get it done, never do it again.
Well, when you're that young, you got the vinegar, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got that 20-year-old vinegar where you'll put just about anything up.
Yeah, and I don't know. Colton Feldman was really good at getting me to do shit.
Yeah.
So.
Shouts to Cole.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a
OG.
Oh, whoops. That's
What
the
did
wrong
we just
sound.
throw at him?
that was the wrong sound. Colton meant to hit you with an air horn there. I don't know what that was.
I don't even knew that. I'd never heard that one
But
before.
yeah.
But either
And
way,
then-
props.
The year after that was Forward for Snowboarder.
Now, what got you on the forward crew? That was a pretty heavy crew of new dudes, handpicked by Pat the Brown Eye Bridges. I mean the Eye Bridges.
I don't know, man. I think probably doing all the launch and Super Park shoots leading up to that point, and then I'm sure Pat was watching the Keep the Change stuff.
Yeah.
And
You think
Yeah,
he was though?
maybe not. I have no
No, he
idea.
does. I'm sure he does.
I hope so. That
Yeah, he
would have been
does.
messed up if he
he
wasn't.
does. They
Man
don't
knows
call him
everything.
the Eye for nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, I just remember he gave me a call one day and I was tripping. And then, yeah, that year was actually just super hard for me because that's the year that I broke my leg and blew my knee out in the same year. But tried my best.
Damn.
Went
On some really sick trips, though, for sure.
Yeah.
We what we skipped over is we didn't really talk about Lick the Cat at all. Are you a founder, or is that is there a founding board?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a founding board. I think there was just
How did
don't
that crew come about?
It wasn't like the Declaration of Independence. Where
we
you
all sat
you had
down.
a feather, and
We had our
should organize
bifocals
that.
and everything.
that's what I envisioned when Lick the Cat was founded. I envisioned that exact moment.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went down. No, I'm just kidding. No, Germ, he just started to like make edits at Park City, and he was like, "What are we gonna call this one?"
Yeah,
We were just
who came up with Lick the Cat?
We were just super bored on the lift, and like I think we were just joking around, and that kind of just is how it happened.
You know who threw that out? Lick the Cat. Who claims they named it?
Either Ben or Germ or myself.
Yeah.
Or maybe there
Or
was someone
all
else
three
on the
of you
lift too,
somehow?
but yeah,
Because that's a pretty random name.
super random. Yeah, it was basically just a joke, and then it kind of turned into a real joke after a little while. Just like,
And then
we were like, oh man, this is really like,
the crew just
people
formed,
are-
though. You guys had a heavy crew. Jeez.
yeah, I guess that just, I don't know.
You were
We'd
all
all
just
spent
buds.
so much time like hanging out and snowboarding together since we were kids. So yeah, it kind of just turned into something quite quickly without us even realizing it, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean,
People-
watching you guys come through the launches and the super parks was just like, these kids are the future. This is it.
Yeah, we lucked out, like being able to have such like a dope like friend group that
Yeah.
we all we're all like-minded snowboarding kids.
Anyone on the crew you thought maybe shouldn't have been on the crew?
This guy's trying to stir shit up.
Anyone we need to cut from the crew? I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's good. Good to hear.
Yeah, I think we're pretty accepting bunch,
Nice.
But yeah,
Do you remember when you came over to my swimming pool?
yeah,
We did a photo shoot of the whole fucking Lick the Cat crew
Yeah.
in my swimming pool, going crazy, and it was like a movie poster or something. I don't
yeah.
know
It was the flyer for the video.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
sick.
The whole crew.
we were
just-
keeping it pretty sketchy at that
there's
time. for
beers
sure.
floating around the pool.
Yeah,
It was insane.
So
Someone
dope, though.
definitely pissed the pool. I don't
wasn't
know who.
me.
It's probably
Wasn't me.
Hans. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was one of those Mindick brothers.
One of the mud dicks. Oh, it was a mud dick.
Oh, the Mundicks.
Classic.
But anyways,
mud dick.
is the band still together?
The band's still together. Everyone's up to their own agenda these
Which
days.
will happen.
Which is natural.
But you'll still
I
always
guess.
have that.
Yeah, but we're all the group text is still alive like multiple times a week.
Oh,
and,
sick. You still
Yeah.
have a whole Lick the Cat group text going.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Maybe
Be
we
sick
make
that way
something
down the
happen.
road, put a movie together.
Yeah,
30 years down the road, just
30 years
blown
from now.
out knees.
It's just a straight carving video.
Just turning, all turning.
Just turning with the boys.
But dude, you guys have an incredible knack for like getting fired up at the top of the jump. Like riding Park City with you guys when it was bumping, you guys would be just like chucking ass out there. Like everybody's like, "What should we do, Cap Nines?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's some new hot boys on the scene
Yeah.
getting some right now." Like it was wild.
yeah, kind of like no regard for safety for a while. Definitely, a lot of the like spring edits we'd make was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Let's just
We were
go
keeping it
nuts.
super loose, 100%. But it was like some of the best times. Like I'll never
Cool
forget.
shit, cool
forget those
vibe.
times,
Yeah, that's super dope.
yeah.
That's like one of the most exciting times when there's the new revolving crew coming in. They got all of the juice. You look at like the revolving door crews. You've probably seen it for you know
Yeah.
150 years now.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Maybe 200 years. now.
I mean, look at the dust box right now.
yeah, it's dude.
Dustbox, Fueg, Del
Yeah.
Scorch sauce.
Yeah. It instills energy in the younger generation and
Yeah.
the older generation.
Yes.
Because like I'm just like, oh, the dust box, like all those kids are the shit. Like I want to be a part of the dust box.
I bet by next year we're gonna see a new crew too, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be dope.
How do we
get
into the dust
Yeah, I'd like
box?
to become a
Is
member
there
of the
initiation?
Dustbox too.
Maybe we
But
could get jumped in or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to talk to him. Maybe
Yeah.
do you think they
we
have
should have a meeting.
Who's
with
the
them.
founder of the who did the did
You
they
know,
have
I
a
think
founding
Coop
father?
might
Coop.
be in charge.
He
dude.
definitely had a quilt
Yeah.
pen of some sort.
Yes, dude. Coop definitely had the quilted pen, the feather. I think between Reed, Benny, and Coop, we should have a meeting, see if we can't get beat in or whatever
Yeah.
it takes. I don't know. They
Yeah.
blow a bunch of dust in your face or whatever it takes.
Yeah, it's some sort of like antiquing.
With a shaman blows the drug that makes you see Jesus or whatever. What's that drug? Ayahuasca?
They do ayahuasca blow it in your face.
The dust. I'm in on that.
Respect.
You go through a special thing where everyone sees Coop and he explains. Because everyone who takes the ayahuasca apparently sees the same alien or something. It's actually Coop explaining you're in on the dust box now.
Yeah, that's a OG initiation for sure.
So down.
Oh man, we got to get initiated ASAP.
ASAP.
Anyways, man. Should we pivot? I can't even keep it together. Jesus, we got to get initiated.
Woo. Yes.
Maybe a YouTube how-to initiate.
Initiated to the dust box. What was the lick the cat initiation?
I don't think there was one.
Did you guys ever come to a point where you're like, we named our crew Lick the Cat? Like,
definitely. Dude, it's
where do we go from here?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I love the name.
Yeah. These days, I'm like, wow, we definitely like crossed a couple of boundaries for sure. And yeah, it's definitely.
I can't get to the. Stop laughing, dude. I don't even know.
The Coop Shaman. The Coop Shaman. I'm crying. Thinking about Coop as the Shaman. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, back to business.
Okay. God damn it.
He's got like his perfectly shampooed hair. Fresh
7
going
foot long
on.
legs and his extra short torso.
Dude.
Love that guy, though. Jesus Christ.
Coop,
Love
we want to
that
get
kid.
on. Let us know.
We're down for the ayahuasca challenge. Anyways. So, back to the video. This guy can't even keep it together. What was in those pills you gave us, dude?
Oh, my God.
Did you microdose me?
Holy shit.
Props to Rogan on those alpha pills. I don't know if that's really what those things are. They might.
my God.
It might be a microdose. Either way.
Oh, gee. Oh, dear sakes.
Anyways.
I think I may have accidentally microdosed. Wow. That was insane.
So,
okay.
Forward, epic movie. Did you have a full part in that? I can't even remember. If you got hurt. hurt twice. Dude, my video part knowledge is, after you're as old as I am, you've seen a lot of video parts go by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I had a half a part in that one.
You did?
Just because I got hurt, I definitely didn't get
I mean, for you, my most memorable part is your Vans part. It was mind-blowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was a crazy time, man.
It was insane. Your part
Yeah.
was nuts.
Stopped drinking for 9 months during that time.
Really?
Yep. I was just pretty
I'm
nervous.
surprised they didn't kick you out of Lick the Cat for not drinking for
Yeah, I
9
get
months.
cut from the
That
squad.
sounds harsh.
No, it was like. Yeah,
Do you think that's what got you, the better part?
No, I think I just like really wanted to just like be able to focus.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have managed it either way, you know? But
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, like this is like a real good like new opportunity for me that I don't want to like pass up. Or like not that I was gonna pass it up, but
You wanted to stay healthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I definitely got hurt during the situation, but you know, it is what it is.
But you pulled it off.
Nothing like super serious. It was
Yeah.
always just like 2 to 3 weeks off or something.
And that's kind of to be expected, right, from you
and,
guys?
and we had 2 years to film it, so I was like able to get everything or I tried my hardest to get
That's
the
sick, man.
best stuff I could. But
Yeah.
backcountry is just
It's a no joke, huh?
yeah, it's not the easiest, you know.
Yeah.
But I really like enjoy. I like want to pursue more and more every year.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you bring us in the future.
Try my best.
Yeah.
So circling back around to Landline, to me it almost felt like you were injury ridden. Kind of before that, you had kept getting hurt, and then you're like, this is my big opportunity. You went out, you killed it, and then what happened when the video came out? Did you know you had a good part? Did you know where you were sitting or anything like that?
It's funny because like I just was so nervous like the whole time, and I would always bug Tanner, and I was like, dude, do I have a part? Like, I'm fucking worried. Like, do I have enough shit? You know, like,
Where am I at?
and it got to the point that he was just like, dude, you got to stop asking me, like, straight up, like, shut up. I hadn't seen it until the first premiere, and I was like, someone was like, yo, you have to sit next to Tanner. And I was like, okay. And yeah, I don't know. I just remember like craziest feeling in the whole world for sure. Like, oh, this is not happening right now. This is happening. Whoa, like crazy emotions, you know?
Yeah.
And like, oh, it was just like such a surreal time being.
I mean,
able to
heavy
just, like,
roster, sick movie all the way around.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for all like that whole opportunity and just the opportunity to be a part of such an insane brand like Vans. And they support they're supporting snowboarding so heavily right now. It's really awesome to
When
see.
you guys seem like a family, which outside looking in, you know, it's like pretty rad. Like really, I look at that crew and I'm impressed, and I'm just like, dude, that's sick.
I think like filming for the video really brought, like, I think everyone was pretty close beforehand even, you know, but then like working on the 2-year project with
The same crew.
the same crew is like pretty unreal, you know?
Yeah, 2 years of traveling the world together. And every trip, I mean, geez, you travel the world, you really get to know people. Shit goes down.
Yeah. And we had like
get
multiple
close.
occasions where like 2 different crews would meet up being on opposite schedules like elsewhere,
Sick.
you know, and that was insane to be like,
Link crews, hang out.
yeah, like, you know, like this crew's in Czech right now. We're in Bulgaria. Should we just fly there? Like the forecast
Sick.
looks like kind of good. We're already out here. Yeah, fuck it. Let's fly there and meet up with them and like invade their whole situation. And you
See
know,
what
like
kind of spots they looked
dude,
at.
honestly, it was so cool. Like we all got to like, you know, just kick it for like an extra week with like a bigger group, you know, like not just like a 3 or 4 person crew. Like, I don't know. It's just
And
cool.
it's way more fun. Yeah, it creates a great dynamic.
And I remember the first year filming, we had like a powder crew in Japan and then a street crew, and our trips were like overlapping by like 2 days. And the street dudes came and met us up at I think it was a Saidake.
Mm.
And dude, we rode like 3 feet of snow and just like chucked off of like any little pillow, and like, dude, insane energy with the
That's
whole
so
squad.
dope with
yeah.
the whole crew.
Yeah, dude, it was unreal.
Having that crew is, I imagine, what creates the dynamic to make the sickest movie you could make. You know?
Yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
it really
and
helps.
to have the backing for sure. Like, you know, like they.
And
Yeah.
have
the
Tanner
backing on
and
top
Harry,
of the crew. Yeah, and the
who are
best
the best,
filmers.
and Jake, and then also like to meet. So your visuals of whatever you guys do,
Yeah.
been shot on 16 millimeter. It's filmed amazing. It's edited amazing.
Yeah.
and then you're part of this really exclusive. Like to me, it seems like this exclusive kind of handpicked. Like everybody is picked to fit the dynamic. Like not anybody's just like getting on bands. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's an insane like family vibe. 100%. We've all become so close. So, yeah,
So
very much appreciative. Like I trip out every single day. Like, wow, I've been on them for almost like 7 years now. It's kind of crazy for me to like think about, but yeah, I really appreciate them.
That's a brand you want to stick with.
straight up.
For
and
life.
then talking about that family stuff, like obviously, you know, we lost a very close one, especially really close to you guys, Dillon Ojo. When that happened, with you guys being so close, coming up together and forward, being on these crazy trips with Vans and everything, like that must have been a pretty crazy effect for you guys.
100%. Kind of blindsided by the situation, and I don't know. I'm just super thankful for every single opportunity I had to spend time with him, because it was always like on a trip or like out experiencing like some like wild shit, you know, like filming snowboarding is like a very interesting thing, and I feel super blessed to have shared that opportunity with Dillon and been on trips with him and been able to meet his family. And I think he was kind of the glue to like our whole squad at Vans. Like his energy was like a serious presence that you would feel in the room, you know, like no matter where you're at, if you were going out for like a beer or if you were filming a trick, like if he was filming a trick, like no matter what, that kid had the best attitude. And I think like he really bonded us together. And I don't think, you know, we realized like how heavy that bond was happening while it was going on. And then like his passing really affected the whole snowboard industry like very heavily. And I don't know, it's insane to see his legacy live on, because I think
That's insane.
he's like the kind of energy that we all need. And yeah, it's been super crazy. Like still to this day, I think about it all the time. You know, we fucking miss him so much, but really thank him for everything he did for the whole snowboard community, and even beyond that community in Montreal. And now with the foundation, I think it's like a really, really beautiful thing, being able to offer just more opportunities for people who can't go snowboarding, because that shit's expensive, you know? And I think that's amazing that his family's continuing that on and, you know, trying to push for something special.
It must have been hard for the whole Vans crew to just get that news. And
yeah, it was, I like unexplainable, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever had a friend pass like that?
No.
Yeah, it's tough. Your first one hits you, man. It's tough shit.
Yep. It's like you start to think differently after, kind of.
Yeah, I kind of even noticed, like, seeing some of the Vans guys, they were more like, when they left seeing you, they were more like, I love you, man. Like, they would tell you.
Yeah.
Because, like Oli was like that, and it's just like, you know, when you lose someone that tight, you remember to tell your friends.
Yeah, you got to tell your people you love them, you know?
That's cool.
And that's just one of those things you just, like, nowadays I'm telling fucking everyone I love, like, you know, it's like, yo, I actually, like, really appreciate being around you. Like, I love you, you know, like, I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to regret that. You know, you've never said it.
Yeah, I don't know. But you can't plan for this kind of stuff, you know.
That's the worst part, yeah.
You just kind of have to live every day to the fullest. And I think Dillon was someone who did that better than anyone else. Yeah. His energy was like something I can't even describe.
Yeah.
He would light a whole room up, like completely light a whole room on fire, and people were going, you know. Like the night after the first premiere in Innsbruck, he DJ'd the after party.
Oh, really?
And the bar was closed, and someone called the bar and was like, hey, we have like X amount of people in this group, like you guys should reopen, and Dillon is going to DJ. And dude, it went off. And then it was like shoulder to shoulder in this like after party, like unreal vibes. So sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I thank him so much for all those good times, like for real.
All the trips, all the moments.
Yeah.
And then seeing the reaction of after what happened and how you guys like basically just came together. It brought everybody together. The positive side of it, like obviously is fucking horrific, undescribable situation. But then seeing how you guys reacted and just came together like a family, and the foundation, and it was fucking beautiful, man. It was awesome. Like it still is. What's really going on, you know?
Yeah, it's super heavy for real. Like, you know, you don't expect to lose your friends, you know, like you really like, that's the last thing on your mind, you know, and then something like that happens. It's really, that'll buckle you, you know?
Yeah.
And fuck, man, it's so tough.
It sucks. Yeah, and it doesn't get easy either. You just got to remember the good memories.
But yeah, and like, dude, you just have to remember, like, that kid was smiling every single day. Dillon was like the most infectious personality in the best kind of way. So like, that just makes me happy to think about.
Yeah, and he'd want you to be
and
doing your thing.
The whole, like, everyone that knew him knows that, you know?
Yeah. He was dope.
Yeah.
And didn't he just do a special thing with a skateboard special release, and it sold in
Alzheimer's has this
sold like
sick,
quicker than
like sick Dillon board.
That's so cool. And it sold so fast just to show the support. That's so rad.
So shouts to the Ojo Foundation, and
Big
we have a little giveaway deal. We're auctioning off a pair of Sam Taxwood's Pro Model Vans boot, and all the proceeds are going to the Dillon Ojo Foundation. So you can find the auction for this on our Instagram and on our website, bombhole.com. Support the good cause. It's a fucking amazing foundation. Do you want to explain what it's all about for the listeners?
So the foundation is basically a means to get people out there on a snowboard that maybe don't have the ability to get to the resort or don't have a board, or so they're just trying to make it easier for people in a city to have the opportunity to go snowboarding. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think there should be more of that going on out there. And I think it's amazing. And it's just, yeah, something out of this world kind of.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, getting
I
new
wish-
kids up there, that's insane.
Yeah, I wish there was that going on when I was younger. So I think it's like a really beautiful thing that they're doing to be able to bring people up to the mountain or donate to certain, you know, I don't know, underprivileged groups to get up and go snowboard or.
Who runs the foundation? His parents?
Yeah, his parents. Yeah,
That's awesome.
they're such sweet humans.
They're
It's
on top
insane,
of it
yeah.
too. It's so cool.
And yeah, they're like either like I think they're donating product or the money that comes into the foundation
Yeah.
or bringing kids up like after school programs. I think maybe
They're just keeping his name alive and his legacy, and that's so dope.
yeah, and it's just cool to see like everyone supporting and I don't know. It's kind of it's. I think it touches all of our hearts. You know,
Yeah.
like it's actually like
It's what we need.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a testament to see how much of a effect he's had on so many people's lives.
Yeah.
When you see that happen, it's incredible the way the whole snowboard communities came together, and
Yeah.
it's been awesome.
Definitely the shit.
It's you know, it's the circumstances aren't what we want, you know,
No.
but like you have to take the positive in it and
That's
know,
what's up. Yeah.
move forward and
I would say though, what the shit that's been beautiful, like Tanner, you know, those few edits, Tanner and Harry and the whole Vans video production crew that made these edits after, like, have been like brought me to fucking tears. It's been so cool the way he's been remembered, and you guys, like, you know, went back out there and it seems like you went and did it for him and filmed a bunch of more Vans shit that was really cool, right?
I think like every day any of us go and ride, you know,
Yeah.
it's like that's day one, you know.
One thing I wanted to ask about that is you got a pretty insane ability to ride all different types of terrain. Like, where's your head at? Like, you can do a front 10 in the half pipe, you can do a front 9 off of a jump, you can do a fucking, you'll film a sick ass backcountry or street part. You can do it. Like, where's your head at for being such an all terrain vehicle to change gears?
Dude, I have no idea, honestly. Just like the want or the desire to, I don't know. You watch old videos, everyone's riding on everything.
Yeah.
Like video
I
parts.
bet your snowbird background. I mean, that has to do something with it.
I think so for sure. You know, obviously seeing like, you know, there's like a big mountain vibe up there, kind of like
Yeah.
you're like riding like chutes and whatever else, and
More
then,
so
like,
than most mountains.
And then I like started riding like a bunch of park stuff when I was younger and half pipe. So I kind of like, you know, got used to riding a half pipe a lot and like hitting park jumps and rails. But then my first opportunity to film was just like street stuff for Keep the Change. So then like everything just kind of went down this path of like, I'm filming street snowboarding, but I would get like one or like I front three'd the Baker Road gap. And that was like
Damn.
my only POW clip or
Yeah.
something, you know? So I just like started to like want to do everything as much as I could, but dude, it's really like not easy to switch up your program midwinter.
Yeah.
Some people are really good at doing that. Bodie, for one, is
Yeah.
like a savage.
Kid's a freak.
Yeah. Just to name one person, but yeah, like it's just like it's crazy to see. Like I guess these days there's not as many people riding all sorts of terrain, I guess, or street, POW, and park and pipe.
What we refer to as an ATV, an all-terrain vehicle in the industry. Bud?
ATV. You been
Yeah.
hellying?
No, well, I went hellying in Albania actually.
Sounds a little sketchy.
It was sick,
duct
dude.
tape from the helicopter, and
No, dude, it was actually like
it was dope.
super sick, but the conditions weren't that good.
That's
it
always the
was
worst.
a really insane nitro trip. Yeah, I road tripped with Canute from Munich to Albania, which is like a 20-hour drive.
Damn.
And me and him had some insane times listening to R&B music and
Nice.
just like talking shit and rapping out. And then yeah, we helied for 5 days, but the conditions just like
But just riding
Weren't-
it, it's so fun. So
yeah,
it's like
no,
whatever.
and like the conditions weren't insane, but we were still able to ride and like I don't know, like soak up some culture.
Yeah.
And we checked out so many insane countries, dude. Like we road tripped through like 10 or 12 different countries.
Yeah, if it's a 20-hour drive
Yeah.
to Europe, you're
Yeah.
getting some shit.
No, it was cool. It was really, really cool.
That's the best thing about your guys' careers is that you get to be well-traveled and
Yeah, super
see
spoiled
some
in that
shit.
sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully looking forward to trying to do like riding more POW.
Would you be down to get in a heli and AK if the opportunity presents?
Yeah, I think about it a lot. Like, really want to do it, but also like I get nervous even thinking
scary.
about it. But I think it's like you gotta
Go
just
with the
do
right
it.
crew.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out at one point. And I at least flew around a little bit last year, so
which helps your awareness and what to do.
Sorta, yeah. I just don't know how dudes pick a spot. They're like, because you're flying around, and like Travis Rice must be insane at being like, that looks pretty sick over there.
They'll
Like, let's go
circle
over
it,
here,
they
like,
take a
get
Polaroid,
a photo,
yeah.
and then you like,
or now a camera shot.
yeah, you're just whipping iPhone photos.
You know what I found is watching Marco do this. Your whole first year is basically a wash. you're going up there, you're spending all this money, and you're just learning from a guy like him.
Yeah, I can only imagine, man.
Yeah.
Like it's
you walk out of there
super
just being like,
intimidating because
I could have done so much more, and so
the
your first year, just say, fuck it, I'm learning.
Yeah, dude. Like you just like in the back of your head, you're like, damn, this is a really expensive thing that we're doing right now.
Yeah. I could have gotten 14
You'll get a shot or
street
two.
clips.
Yeah, you'll get a shot or two.
But I spent $20,000 on a heli trip and I got one line.
Yeah.
That is or $10,000 line or
It's
some
true.
shit. Like it's crazy.
That's why it's so freaking hard to make happen these days.
Also, when I'm looking at lines, even when I sometimes when I'm snowmobiling and riding bigger terrain, like I'll be at the bottom, look up and be like, I'm gonna ride that line. I get to the top, I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Like it's a convex roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. You go left, you get fucked up.
And then you got to count on your buddies
Yeah.
down below to be like, around the tree to the left, a little bit down, and you're just like,
Dude. Yeah, I think that's what's like.
Get me back to the down bar.
yeah, I can see everything.
I feel that, dude. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I came out to Whistler for a month and I got like 2-3 clips.
Yeah, 2 days of sun, 3 clips.
Really
I'm
bad.
pale
It's
as fuck
really
right now.
bad at snowmobiling, like bumming the whole crew out. Stuck constantly.
Someone's always helping you dig out.
Yeah. But no, I look forward to more.
Dude,
That's
you
awesome.
read a kind of wild setup. I picked up your board. You run like posi, full edges, fucking
Posi,
giant
posi.
tank, right? Don't you? Or some shit?
I mean, this is it.
You look at. Let's feel these edges, dude.
Razor
those sharp?
You not touch them? Yeah, this guy rides them right out of the box. Doesn't touch them. That's
Really?
But I'm not positive. Back foot is 0.
Oh yeah, well, it
Zero.
looks posi to me. But yeah, what's up with your setup, dude? You got Sharpies always.
I don't know, dude. You got to be able to turn.
That's debatable.
Dude, dude, you go to, like, if you have edges and you go to Highland and it's icy out.
Yeah.
You're literally like, oh yeah, whatever, this is fine, like, but if I didn't have
Then
edges, I
you're,
literally be like,
you're fucked. That is true.
oh shit, like little kids coming at me. I gotta get on this like
That is
little
true.
rainbow box, and like, I don't know, it makes it way easier to navigate and dodge and, sneak around if you got good edges.
Yeah, you got to be able. No, it's true, especially on icy conditions. I do a light detune for that, but I used to go full round bevel dogger.
I definitely, I used to go just like nothing.
Yeah,
But I got to a point where I was like, I don't know. Rail, like if I'm going to hook on a rail, like I'm hooking with a Dole Boy or a fucking
Yeah, if you're going to
Sharp
hook, you're going to
Boy.
hook.
Yeah, like
if he's going hook, he's going full commit
Full
blood
commit
pack.
hook, yeah.
He's gonna fucking
gonna be
die.
bad.
If he's gonna die, he's gonna really die.
usually trying something I shouldn't be or so whatever.
Dude, you're always getting juice. I remember with you fucked your knee up doing a cab 9 at Brighton.
Oh,
Remember that?
dude, but
what was that? What was that?
Me and you were trying switchback 7s.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
and we were puffing that fucker up.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
we were
our
like-
term. Puff,
Yeah.
we gotta puff that fucker up. We gotta puff that fucker up.
And so I was like, yo, if I land the switchback 7, I'm doing a cab 9 on the last jump. And dude, landed it. I was like, whoa, yeah, like coming into this cab 9, like so juiced up, but he's like flat light. And so like I put my legs down thinking that I was going to touch the ground before I got to the ground. So like my body continued to rotate. And then that's when I fucked it up. But
On those
shit
shitty Brighton
happens.
jumps, those things are such pieces of shit.
Going cab noof on the
You go
shitty jump.
cab 9er on the fucking Brighton shit dogs.
you got to respect it, dude.
Gotta respect
If you can
it.
cab 9 a Brighton jump, you can cab 9 anything.
Man,
That's when you show up for like, the Super Park perfect jump. And you're like, all right, this is my fucking time.
now it's time to shine.
This is my time to puff that fucker up.
Puff her up.
over rotate to cab 12 and just fucking
Dude, do
hook
you,
and go double over end. You're like, no, dude.
You go full
My
size
season.
My ankles are broken. Both my ankles are broken.
Dude, do you remember your 21st birthday?
Yeah. Wait, in Japan?
Yeah.
That wasn't my 21st.
Oh,
that was
wasn't?
my 19th birthday.
Oh, was because maybe you could drink in Japan at 19, so it
I
felt like
still
your
don't
21st?
think I could, but
Oh, it was
they
just your
told me
birthday.
they told me that I wasn't gonna get asked my name or my age. Sorry,
Yeah.
jeez.
Dude, I remember we
Because I was
went
pretty
off.
nervous when I showed up. Kenji, he was the homie. He's like, "Yo, man, you're fine. Like, no one's gonna ask you for your ID."
This was at the club in Tokyo?
just
just
having
anywhere.
beers in general, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like curious because you can buy beers in vending machines there.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It's honor system.
I just put some money in there. And, yeah, do your thing. Just don't ask, don't tell, kind of thing.
I remember that end of that night, Bridges had to take you out of the taxi cab and carry you like a baby.
Yeah, that was an
Full, like,
extreme
fetal position.
extreme. That was my like first like overseas trip kind of thing.
We had you lined up with two of the hottest models. I don't even know if you remember. And Bridges actually had them ready to take you home, but you could pretty much not even talk. So we were just like, all right, fuck, we'll take them home. But these chicks were gonna take care of you. It was all lined up, two of them.
Yeah, we got
Nice
chased.
And they were
buddy.
models.
We got chased out of the karaoke club.
Oh, dude, Jake O.E. destroyed it. I think Kevin jumped out a window, one story up. Kevin.
Yeah,
It was a gnarly night.
No, it was super fun though. Like
Yeah, it was a
we
great
all
night.
made it to the club, and
Yeah.
that was like I was just in utter shock the whole time. I also ran out of money while this was happening. I don't know if you remember the night that we went out to party. I just like didn't have any money,
Oh, I don't remember that.
and Alo and Rav gave me a little bit of money, but that was like I spent it all on my hotel room because everyone kind of was getting their own rooms.
Yeah, 'cause
It's Percy room.
It was,
Yeah.
it was personal
And
room.
everyone had like their Percy room or whatever, and I just remember being at the ATM and Alo's right behind me,
And you just
and
empty.
like it just keeps saying insufficient funds, and then I just get a tap on my shoulder, and Alo's like,
I got you.
Yo, I can give you $100, right? Or like
Yeah.
100
whatever.
Yenji Richies is actually what they're
Jeez.
And then so that got me through like whatever a train like first little bit, and then Rav got my hotel room,
Awesome.
and like. But then I
But you
still didn't
ended up-
have
yeah,
money.
You ended up sleeping in Bridges' room, though.
Well, yeah,
He
because
carried
like,
you like a baby all the way through the hotel and put you to bed on his floor.
yeah,
baby stacks.
But I just
Not
remember, I remember before we went out, I was sitting on the stoop at
Like,
like,
what am I going to do?
yeah, no, I was just like, everyone's like, yo, all right, cool, we're going to dinner. I was like, all right, later, guys. And
Yeah,
they're like,
enjoy dinner.
what the fuck is your deal, bro? You're coming with us. And I was just like, I can't.
I got nothing.
And they're like, dude, do you need money? Like, what's your deal? And I was like, yeah, I need money. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't want to be that guy. And Bridges was like, dude, like, you're coming with us.
It was
like,
your birthday. Shit,
Snowboarder,
man.
like,
Yeah.
we got you. So
That
that
was-
was like insane. Yeah.
And that
then-
was Holy Bowly, too. So we had like, there was probably 40 of us ready to go party. That was,
Yeah.
that was an awesome time.
But yeah,
Good
Bridges
place for
ended
a
up-
birthday.
I ended up falling asleep in the club, and I got carried out.
Like,
By-
like a little
by
baby
Pat.
Taxwood.
Thanks, Pat. I definitely remember being like super shook in the morning when I woke up on his
Like,
floor.
where the fuck am I?
He's like at the computer with his shirt off, like
Oh,
doing
Jesus.
some shit. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm getting out of here. Like,
What
bye, Pat.
happened?
And then I like was panicked to get to the airport and like just brought all my shit down to the lobby. And then OE was the first person down there. He's like, oh, you want to get in my cab?
Sick.
And I was like, oh,
because you didn't have money.
Yeah, I was like, thank you so much.
Just
Like,
need to make it
I
home.
was like, I just got to get to the airport. And
I'm
then I'll
surprised
get back.
OE was even walking after he destroyed the karaoke room. Jesus Christ. He was asleep in the karaoke room and a heavy metal song came on. He just
Yeah,
got
but
up.
no, Pat was
Pat
singing
sang Ace of Spades
Ace
or
of
something.
Spades, yeah.
Classic.
He got up and destroyed the entire room, ripped the TV off the wall, flipped the table over, broke drinks. I think I have a photo, maybe him or you or him and someone cheersing and breaking the glasses. And
Yeah,
Nothing
no.
like some unsolicited destruction
But
in
he was
another
asleep.
country.
He was asleep and then just woke up and destroyed the whole.
Yeah, we
And
were,
then it was every man for themselves escape.
yeah.
from
No,
karaoke.
everyone is like darting out of there, dude. It was not. It was.
The police
crazy.
were on the way.
Look at the situation now, though. You're there. You got no fucking money. You're broke. You just barely make it home. Now you got the PM, the pro model, everything. You got
Yeah.
the boot, the shoe, the board.
The snow boot too, not
The
just
snow
not
boot.
just a snowboard boot, but the
Yeah, you got all kinds of
snow
footwear.
boot.
That's a snow skate boot. Let's pull that slip-on out. That thing's looking pretty gas.
Let's
pretty,
talk.
they're
Let's
like,
talk Cheddar
let's talk
Biscuits
about the
on
Bisc.
the royalty game.
Yeah,
dude.
let's talk about the Bisc
What's
here.
going on when you have this much merch with your name on it? You getting some checks?
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, people
don't
wanna,
know.
Oh, they're not in
hopefully
stores
people
yet.
want to
You
buy
don't.
them.
Oh, it hasn't even gone out yet.
But yeah, I'm super like the day Kevin asked me or he called me and was like, "Hey, we want to do a boot with you." I was like in the airport, kind of hungover, and I started crying. But I tried to keep. I was like,
Was
wait,
that like
are you crying?
alcoholic depression on
yeah, it
top
was
of
kind of
something dope?
maybe
Yeah.
kind of having the saddies a little bit,
And
you
then
this
you get
phone
great
call.
news,
It's
you're
a very
just-
sweet
susceptible to tears.
generous phone call, and I was like, oh man, yeah, dude, that sounds really good. And I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure. I was really feeling super bad 3 minutes ago, but now I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe I'll go get a beer or something.
So
Hey,
the
celebrate.
way it works is you just get commish. Are we talking 4 fish commish, or what are we talking?
I don't know.
He doesn't know
You
his
don't need
Nah.
deals? I just wanted to throw out 4
little,
fish commish.
little thing we got to, we got to discuss is that you got a P mod.
Speaking of,
Stony Buds has his
Oh,
own pro
oh,
model
shit.
shoe. Break that thing out.
Oh, damn,
Look at this
son.
thing for the viewers. I'll explain what's happening
Dude,
for
wait,
the
wait.
listeners.
You got a P-Mod shoe.
you're not
Keystone.
the only one out there with a shoe
No,
game.
I'm not even
Look at
surprised.
take a look at these things.
It's a snowshoe.
Yep.
Keystone photo on the box.
Oh yeah, a bunch of Eastone photos.
For the listeners, I'm going to
to
describe. This is one of the puffiest shoes.
Box is upside down.
This is back when shoes were a little bit
This is,
puffier, dog.
look at the sheer amount of fabric used for this. The tongue.
It's fully waterproof though.
You can almost. This is like
it is.
Yeah, it's a full snowshoe.
Damn, dude. That's that OG fit.
Yeah, it's back when
That thing sold
was the
through the
shoes.
roof.
Yeah, let's say it was Zumi's #1 seller. To be honest, the kid got a check. You know what I mean?
OG.
Props to Ricky Melnick for laying that bad boy out for the kid.
what other photog's got the pro model shoe?
Well, I
Respect.
think Andy Wright might have got one too. There's me and Andy in a series, but then they also did a skate series with some dope dudes too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Definitely, it was hyped.
Yeah.
I got another two-parter for you. Two-part question here. So you got the pro model shoe. I'm looking. You got the pro model boot. It's kind of got a gray tone to
colorway.
it. Is it were you inspired by the concrete sneaks? Was that the concrete color?
It's great.
Because it's gray. That's what I'm wondering.
No, it just kind of happened.
Okay, second
Is it
part.
called the concrete
Second
sneak?
part. Should you do literally? Why didn't you just do a concrete
Block.
cinder block shoe out of just?
That would have been sick.
I would have
that.
maybe copped that.
I would have caught that.
I
I
guess
mean,
we get-
Supreme
maybe we'll get one going sometime.
You know, Supreme
Yeah.
sells bricks. People buy them.
Yeah.
You could have done the concrete
You know what they
sneaks.
should do? They should make the slippers, the big, huge slippers that they make,
Out
that
of
like the
concrete
cartoon
bricks?
characters. That it looks like a concrete
That
sneak.
could be a hit.
That's an idea.
I would wear
Okay.
those.
Kale actually made me a lamp. Kale Zima's making lamps. Larry Lumens is what it's called.
Larry
That's his-
Lumens.
That's his
Shouts
project.
to Larry
Props
Lumens.
to Larry Lumens.
Shout out. Yeah, no, he actually, I think one of the first lamps he made, he filled a pair of skate highs full of concrete
Sick.
and attached it to this wooden base for a lamp. And it's like this cool, extendable, bendable, retractable lamp. Very sweet gift.
That's cool.
But yeah, they're literally, it's like a 50-pound lamp.
All the concrete.
It's insane.
That's sick.
Not gonna want to pay for the international shipping on this
Yeah.
particular lamp,
Let's not ship this bad boy.
but she's a beauty.
She's
All
a
right,
beaut.
man. Sneaks, man. I think we've had a pretty good little conversation. You got any subjects we left unaddressed on this thing you want to talk about?
No, I just want to maybe thank all my sponsors and everyone that's helped me get to sitting and having a conversation with you guys right now. That's insane, man. It's big honor. Big honor.
So stoked to have
Yeah.
you, man.
We're so happy to be having this conversation. One last thing before we get out of here. We have some prints Eastone will be holding up. We got a limited number of signed prints, and we're going to be selling them on bombhole.com if you're interested. Signed by Concrete Sneaks, the kid.
Photographed by Oli G.
Shouts to Oli G.
Goat.
Tied for the best photographer of all time with Stony
It's a
Buds.
tie. It's a tie.
It's a two-way tie.
You heard it here. You
It's
heard
official.
it here first, folks.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. We're going to have a tiebreaker photo shoot-off soon.
It's a shoot off.
It's a shoot-off.
It's a shoot off.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you next week over and out from the Bombhole.
Thank you.